gentlemen, my name is Jason and you are watching Deep-Seated Geek Episode 2. So the topic of the day today is horror movies. We've got Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks here, so I thought I would talk about my love affair with horror movies, how I grew up watching them. It's a bit of a story, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of rant, see if it makes sense at all, and if it doesn't, I'll just slap it together so it makes some sort of story fashion thingamabob. Anyway, like this, we're gonna cut right there. The first time I was introduced to a horror movie was when me and my sister were living in Montreal with my folks. And I was about 4 years old, she was about 6 years old. And there was this magical invention that had just come out called the VCR, which was totally new tech back then. Up until that point, the only movie-going experience I had had were movies like E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Star Wars. So the first two movies that me and my sister were gonna watch together with my parents as a family at home were back-to-back Poltergeist and Jaws. Who does that to a 4-year-old child? Now, if you've never seen the movies before, what happens in Poltergeist is essentially a suburban family are living in a house that's haunted, okay? And they have a young daughter that's kidnapped by these ghosts and sucked into the television set. But there is one character in particular that I really bonded with, and that was the young boy, who looked a lot like me when I was about that age. In his bedroom, he had a rocking chair, much like I did, and in that chair, he had a stuffed clown. Why this young boy has a stuffed clown in his room is beyond me, because as you know, and I know, clowns are scary as... This clown comes to life eventually and tries to strangle the kid. So that's Poltergeist. That's what sticks with me in my head. And as soon as that movie was done, my parents say, okay, number 2, they slapped in Jaws. And if you know Jaws, it's all about a shark that lives in a beach that just eats people. That's the only, that's it. That's all the movie's about. Just shark, eat people. Go in the water, you die. That's it. Okay kids, time for bed now. So my parents ship me and my sister off to our rooms. I'm in bed and I'm covered up to the nostril with my blanket because I'm freaked the hell out. And my little Fred Flintstone nightlight is off in the corner there. And I can see my rocking chair. And guess what? I have a clown in that rocking chair. Yeah, my parents were psycho to buy me one of those. And I remembered, in the movie, all the kid did at first to kind of ward the evil spirit of the clown was to take his Chewbacca jacket and throw it over top of the clown. Kind of a see no evil, hear no evil kind of vibe, right? And then all was good. Until the next time when the clown came to life and then eventually tried to kill him. But that's beside the point. So, in my childlike mind, I was thinking, okay, that's all I have to do. I'll grab the blanket at the end of my bed, throw it over the clown, see no evil, hear no evil, I am safe. But, in my childlike mind, I can't get out of bed. Because living underneath my bed is Jaws. And if I put one toe outside of my bed, Jaws is gonna come to life and try and bite my leg off, you know? So I can't do anything. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks because I was petrified of a stupid clown, I was petrified of an imaginary shark that lived under my bed. You'd think that would just be a one-off and I wouldn't be emotionally scarred for the rest of my life. Until we moved back to Winnipeg. At that time when we were back in Winnipeg, a movie came out in the theaters that me and my sister were dying to go see called The Goonies. This was the movie that every kid that I knew wanted to go see. The Goonies was epic. And we couldn't wait to go see it. Me and my sister pestered my parents day after day to go take us to see this movie. Well, lo and behold, one day my sister and I came back from school and my mom had a great big surprise for us. She had rented us The Goonies. We thought we had the coolest mom ever because she rented us The Goonies. Man, the movie was still in theaters, so how she was cool enough to get the movie on like VHS for us to watch at home was just blowing our minds. So there's my mom. She sits us down in the TV room, puts a big bowl of popcorn in front of us and says, okay kids, you enjoy the movie? She goes off to make dinner. While me and my sister start up that movie, we're just like waiting for it to roll. It's just, oh, this is gonna be great. I can't wait. There's gonna be pirates, I think. I can't wait, pirates. This is gonna be great. And then the movie started. And the story, as you know, is about a group of college teenagers who go to this fancy mansion located in God knows where, and they discover that satanic rituals happen at this place, and now they've kind of incarnated demons and everything that just pop out of like food portions and come out of toilet bowls and bite their bum holes out and everything, and everyone dies, but then they come back to life at the end and everything is right with the world. As you should know by now, this is not the storyline for the movie The Goonies. This is in fact the storyline for the movie The Ghoulies. How? So apparently the video clerk got a great big laugh out of that one, and my mom, God bless her, she tried, but she failed. And since those two movies, Jaws, Poltergeist, and Ghoulies, my sister and I were obsessed with horror movies. Anytime we'd go to the video store, they had the back room where it was all the horror movies, and they set it up like a haunted house. So you would go in there and there's cobwebs and Frankenstein in the corner, and just the most horrible kind of like video cassettes you've ever seen, like Sleepaway Camp 3, where it's like, ah, and like guts are coming out everywhere. The gorier the box, the more me and my sister just had to watch that movie. And the holy grail of all horror movies, The Exorcist, was a movie that my father, for a long time, said was never going to be played under his roof, under his rules. And so me and my sister just knew that was a movie that would scare the bejesus out of us for sure. We had to see this movie. So of course my dad traveled a lot when he was working with CN Rail, and one particular time when he had to go back to Montreal, our mom was kind of weak-willed at the time, and we pestered her just enough to rent The Exorcist for us, and me and my sister have never been the same since. I can actually remember in grade 2, the teacher would call home because she was concerned about me, so she would talk to my parents and say, yeah, we had him do an assignment based on an animal of his own choosing. And he created this little book about Beaver Voorhees, who was a beaver who came back from the dead, wore a hockey mask, and used a hatchet to kill all the other animals in the... I'm sorry. I'm just remembering the pictures. This beaver with a great big hockey mask and a hatchet, just like rabbit heads and... So yes, ever since those few movies, we have been emotionally scarred, as you can tell. I mean, I'm making YouTube videos. How damaged can you get, okay? As the time has gone by, me and my sister are always talking about horror movies. Whenever I go over to her place and we sit around a campfire, inevitably we're gonna get on the topic. And we always talk about our favorite horror movies of all time. My sister's favorite horror movie is The Blair Witch Project. I think that's a great choice, you know? Back when it came out, everyone thought it was real, and they said, oh, it's the scariest thing ever. I can't believe that really happened. The second they found out that it was not real, that it was viral marketing and all that kind of stuff, they turned around and said, oh, it's the worst movie ever. For me, my favorite horror movie now is the movie The Others with Nicole Kidman. I mean, it's not like over-the-top gore fest or anything like that, but man, it creeps me out, you know, like ghost stories especially, they freak me out, okay? And that movie they did it so perfectly. I mean, it had the exact same kind of scenario as The Sixth Sense, but they did it way better. I don't know, it's that Victorian kind of thing and the spin at the end, you know, oh, it just did it perfectly. And with that, I'm gonna bring it to a close. I just wanted to tell you that little story, hopefully you got some entertainment out of it, and I wanna issue a question out to all of you. What is your favorite horror movie? Please listen in the comments below, and if there are some hidden gems that you feel that no one else in the world has seen, but you've discovered, list those as well, because I need some good horror movies. So that's my rant for the day. I want to thank you very much for watching my video. If you dig the content that I'm producing, you can hit one of the buttons down below to either like or share this video with your friends and family. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all the videos and content that I'm producing, you can hit the subscribe button up in the corner there. You can also follow me on Facebook, or you can follow my tweets as well on the old Twitter there. And I will see you next time on Deep Seated Geek. Take care. Somebody in my apartment is cooking like cheap macaroni and like store-bought in a jar tomato sauce.